Good morning, student. In last lecture, we have completed unit first from paper second. From today, we will see unit second. That unit second as cytogenetics. From this cytogenetics, we have to see variation in chromosome, then uh, sex determination, sex link, sex influence, and sex limited traits. Then extranuclear genetics. So today we'll see sex determination from this unit, that is on cytogenetics. So we'll see sex determination. In this point we have to study about different mechanism of sex determination, then its stages, what is chromosomal theory, then genic balance theory, then Lion hypothesis, and sex determination and plant. So we'll see this point particular. We know that sexual reproduction is considered as evolved characteristic since it's provide variability. Majority of organisms, both unicellular and multicellular, produce sexually. Then the male and female gametes are either produced by different individual, that is unisexual, that is dioecious organism, or are produced by single individual, that is bisexual or monosexual organism. In lower animals, the production of both egg and sperm by the same organism is called as hermaphroditism. Then so we should know this term, that is what is hermaphroditism, monoecious and dioecious. So that hermaphroditism means both sexes and same organism. Monoecious means both male and female reproductive structure and same organism, and dioecious means male, that either male or female reproductive structure in one organism. In this diagram we can see this three types: hermaphroditism, monoecious plant, dioecious plant. Then this in hermaphroditism both sexes are present in same plant or in same flower, and then in monoecious plant there is both reproductive structure are present on same plant, and in dioecious plant that female reproductive structure is present in one plant, and male reproductive structure is present in other plants. So male and female reproductive structure are present separately on different plants. So male plant and female plants are separate in dioecious plant. Then the mechanism of sex determination by genotypic, that is also called as GSD or environmental ESD. A mixture of genotypic and environmental sex determination may also occur. Genotypic sex determination, that is GSD, and may be chromosomal or genic. Then we'll see chromosomal sex determination method. Then sexual reproduction has uh, and this theory, that chromosomal sex determination method, and this theory of sex determination, uh, the sex of organism is determined by chromosome as sex chromosome. They are present in single pair in each organism. Other than sex chromosome are also present, are known as autosomes. So there are two types of chromosome: sex chromosome and autosomes. Then these autosomes are denoted by A. Then this chromosomal sex determination method, this depending on the type of gametes produced by individual, two main system of sex determination operates, that is heterogametic male and heterogametic female. So first we will see heterogametic male. Heterogametic male, in this case male of the species produce two types of gametes, heterogametic, and the female gametes, and the female is homogametic sex producing only one type of gametes. Among the heterogametic males, two patterns of sex determination are known to occur: XXXY mechanism, where the two sexes differ on the basis of chromosome morphology, and the XXXO mechanism, where the two sexes differ on the basis of chromosome number. So this here we can see the mechanism of XXXY sex determination. XXX female, that is homogametic, female is homogametic, and male is heterogametic because it has two types of chromosome, and the sex chromosome, that is X and Y. This we can see in mammal, Drosophila, and plants like Spirocarpus and Melandrium. So this in this organism, female, which is homogametic, produce only one type of gametes, and male is uh, heterogametic. Though so configuration of female with autosomes are AA and XX, and configuration of male with autosome is AA and XY in the diploid cell. In mammal and melandrium, the presence of Y chromosome is required for development of male sex phenotype, but in Drosophila, Y chromosome play no significant role in sex determining. So this the Y chromosome, and in case of human, Y chromosome, that X chromosome present in any number, in the absence of Y chromosome gives rise to female sex phenotype. The presence of single Y chromosome, even XXXXX, that four X chromosome and one Y, give rise to the female sex phenotype. The Y chromosome induces the development of undifferentiated gonadal, that ova testis medulla to develop and to testis, while the XX chromosome complement, or rather absence of Y chromosome, induces undifferentiated gonad cortex ova testis to develop ovaries. The SRY gene, that is sex determining region, present in region A1 on the short arm of Y chromosome in the human, triggers undifferentiated gonadal tissues of embryo to form testes. So here we can see this a Y chromosome, which having one short arm and one long arm, and between this short arm and long arm there presence of centromere, and on short arm there presence of sex determining regions, which is colored with blue color. This see this region which can determine sex of particular individual, and this is also responsible for production of testes, or this production of gonads. Then the product of SRY gene, called testis determining factor, is also present in adult male testes, and it exhibit a very dominating effect on the development of the sex phenotype, even in presence of three or more chromosome. Then this Y chromosome has most unusual organization. 95% of chromosome has male specific gene, and in many DNA segments are palindromic, which are inverse repeats. Several researchers have described the Y chromosome as a hall of mirror. Crossing over is facilitated between adjacent region of the chromosome by the formation of loops. The Y chromosome contains some gene which have counterpart in the X chromosomes, and these are known as pseudo-autosomal gene. These genes pair during meiosis and helps in the segregation of X and Y chromosome to the opposite pole during male gametogenesis. The remaining part of the Y chromosome comprise the male specific region, that is male specific region of Y, that is called as MSY. This is what heterogametic male. Here we can see the another system, that is another mechanism of sex determination in heterogametic male, that is XXXO mechanism of sex determination. Here, in this mechanism, this pattern of sex determination is commonly met with grasshoppers and bugs. In this pattern, the female possesses XX genotype and produces identical gametes, and the male carries only one X chromosome. As a result, half the gametes produced are with the X chromosome and the other half without uh, X chromosome. So it is called as XX X0 mechanism of sex determination. So where the fertilization of an egg AX by sperm carrying AX chromosome will result in the female, while fertilization by sperm with A0 chromosome will result in the male. So the plants Dioscorea sinuate and Vallisneria spiralis shows XXX0 pattern of inheritance, with the female being 2A plus XX and male having 2A plus X0 chromosome. So here we can see this particular mechanism in grasshopper. Grasshopper has 16 chromosome, as X male having 16 and female having 16 their respective gametes, and at 50% it produce male and female. Then next is heterogametic female. Among the heterogametic female, two patterns of sex determinations are known to occur: ZW ZZ mechanism and the Z0 and Z0 and ZZ mechanism. In this organism, the male is homogametic sex. In order to avoid confusion, the sex chromosome are named as Z and W instead of XY. First, we'll see. Uh, so there are two types of mechanism: ZW and ZZ, and Z0 and ZZ. So first you see ZW and ZZ mechanism of sex determination. Then in this system is common among birds, reptile, fishes, insect. The diploid female carries one Z chromosome and one W chromosome in addition to the set of autosome. Then here female is heterogametic. So female produce heterogametes, two types of gametes and their sex chromosome. Thus 50% of gamete produced by female carry Z chromosome in addition to set of autosome, and remaining 50% gametes contain W chromosome in addition to set of autosomes. Note that fowl has 8 pair of autosomes. So in this chart we can see sex determination in birds. The bird female has ZW chromosome, then male has ZZ chromosome, and they produce 50% male and 50% female. Here we can see in crossing mechanism this type of crossing over, that 50% male and 50% female will produce after mating of male and female. Then next is Z0 and ZZ mechanism. In butterfly, certain moths exhibit Z0 and ZZ mode of sex determination. The genotype of diploid female genotype of diploid female carries a single Z chromosome and two set of autosome. This genome composition lead to the production of two types of female gamete, one type having Z chromosome in addition to the set of autosome, and other types has only a set of autosome. The male is homogametic and produces gametes with a set of autosome and a Z chromosome, as shown in this particular chart. Among the plants, Fragaris shows this mode of sex determination. Here we can see that a male having ZZ chromosome, that is homogametic male, and female having one sex chromosome and two set of autosomes. Then in their respective gametes and that the formation of male and female, the male female with heterogametes and male with homogametes. Then in this way we have seen this mechanism of heterogametic male and heterogametic female. Then next is haplodiploidy. Haplodiploidy and sex determination. In order to uh, Hymenoptera, that is honeybee, the male drone develop from unfertilized egg and have a diploid chromosome number 16, while the female queen and worker arise from fertilized egg and are hence diploid as shown in this particular mechanism or particular chart with 32 chromosomes. It has been shown that it has been shown by Whiting that homozygous, heterozygous, hemizygous status of certain chromosome segment control sex determination and not haplodiploidy. Female determination depend upon heterozygosity for part of chromosome. Hemizygous individual cannot be heterozygous and are therefore males. He also has also shown experimentally that homozygous diploid male can be obtained XA, XB, XB, XC, XC. So here we can see this mechanism of haplodiploidy. Here male, female having diploid number of chromosome and male having haploid number of chromosome. Uh, After meiosis, female produce two egg, then two haploid egg, and male produce sperm after mitosis, that is same number of chromosome which present in male. Then the sperm as haploid, that male egg, both eggs are also haploid, and the sperm unite with one of the egg from this gametes, and fertilization takes place, and after fertilization there formation of female with a diploid number of chromosome, and remaining egg remain unfertilized, and this develop into male. This is what haplodiploidy. This is different type of sex determination and honeybee. Conclusion: in haplodiploidy, sex is determined. Then next is uh, hypothesis of X chromosome inactivation or lionization, Lyon's hypothesis or dosage compensation. Here X chromosome is the main chromosome which is functional and gives rise to characteristic of individual. Y chromosome only gives secondary sexual characteristic in male such as formation of testes, broadening of shoulder, beard. Then the presence of two X chromosome in normal human females and only one X chromosome in male with equal number of autosome may create inequality in expression of characters. Then a genetic mechanism known as X chromosome inactivation, that is XCI, exists in mammals that compensate for X chromosome dosage disparities. One X chromosome out of two in female gets inactivated to form sex chromatin body, that is called as bar body in early embryonic stage, and this bar body was first reported by Murray Barr in 1949, and this bar body remain as darkly stained rod-like structure at the periphery of nucleus. This result in a dosage of genetic expression equal in both male and female. This theory was proposed by Mary Lyon in 1969, hence it is also known as Lyon hypothesis. Regardless of how many X chromosomes exist, only one remain active, that is what Lyon's hypothesis. In this way, in this lecture we have studied about sex determination, different types of sex determination, the mechanism of sex determination, and Lyon's hypothesis. Thank you.